Hello everyone, I hope you're doing well and I hope that you have a wonderful day. I am here to do a daily intuitive card reading to see what guidance, messages, and insights the universe would like to share with us at this time. So let's take a look at these cards and see what today will bring. Okay. Oops. Okay. We have the Venom. Okay. So I find that interesting because my friend was just asking me about snakes and what they represent. And this feels like it could be a variety of things. And also, so when we think of Venom normally, we're like, oh, that's poison, it's bad, all these things. And yes, it can be. But it makes me think about the apothecary diaries and how kind of anything can be used as a medicine. It's not always a medicine, it depends on, specific needs and what's going on and all that. But by divine design, nothing is inherently bad. A lot of things are neutral. Like I was talking to my spirit team very recently because I came across a spider and it felt like a divine sign about not to do something, and it was confirmed to me that yes, it was protection to not do that thing. And I asked them, I was like, okay, I know that spiders are, God's creatures, divine creatures, like they're not inherently bad, but a lot of us can have fear reactions. I feel super creeped out and grossed out by spiders. I don't want them dead. I just don't want them in my space. I have a best friend who is deathly afraid of spiders, and a lot of this fear and all that comes from past life trauma with the spider race. But, my spirit team was like, oh, hey, no, they're actually, neutral. And I was like, what about, even the deadly venomous spiders that are like, not good for humans? And they're like, no, that's just like neutral. That's, trying to have balance in the world, and it's not malicious. Humans, we can take things personally when they're a threat to us, but it's just a neutral thing in the world, and it's a part of the spider's defense mechanisms. And they're little, so in a way it's like they need something to help protect them. We have a variety of tools to protect us. That's one of their tools, that kind of thing. But this venom can also be seen as other people and their fear, their control, their darkness that they're aligning with, about how they're lashing out at you because they feel they need to be protected, because they feel scared and threatened by you. And so trying to see it in that light, to not judge. That doesn't mean you give people a free pass. That doesn't mean they're not held accountable for their actions and that they're allowed to do whatever they do. You do not deserve any harm that other people do to you. That's one thing I want to make very, very clear, because people have wronged me severely, time and time again, so many people, and what they did was not okay. But to not judge them for it, to understand where they're coming from, that it's because they're disconnected from source. It's because they are living in distortion and fear and control, and it's basically because they don't know better, they can't do better. And so the venom that you may be experiencing in your life, it's not about you. It's about them and where they're at and how they can't see clearly. They don't have the eyes to see and the ears to hear, so that they're going to be coming from a lower resonance, lower frequency place. And that doesn't make you better and them worse. It's just where everyone is on their soul's journey. And that can be really, really hard, because I am still getting bombarded by people's venom. And they act like it's natural and that they're being kind and supportive and loving when they do it. And it's like, no, you're not. So, it's important to have our boundaries and to not let people walk all over us and to dismiss us and all these things. Like, they're allowed their journey, but that doesn't make what they do okay and acceptable. That's the big message coming in. Okay, so also tying back to what I was talking about with the Apothecary Diaries and how anything can be used, some of this venom that is thrown our way is actually the divine trying to help strengthen us, trying to help teach us lessons, trying to quote unquote get us to pass a test. Not because it's punishment, not because the divine is trying to force us to learn things, something against our will, but because it's help building the skills and resilience and strength that we need for the next levels we're heading to. And it can be very unfun to be amidst these lessons and experiences in venom, but the divine does it out of love. Even if it doesn't feel like it at the moment, because I could go on and on about the venom I've experienced, and it has been nasty and brutal and overwhelming. But the divine, God source creator, the angels, can help us transmute it all and use it for the good and use it for healing and use it for love and use it for more understanding and to help us recognize what we truly deserve. Because for a lot of us, we have been taught how to love, taught what we deserve by other people giving us the opposite of that, so we can have that discernment and awareness and be like, no, I don't choose that. I deserve better. That's not actually love. That's not actually acceptable. Okay? So I'm sending you all so much love. Please take care. Have a phenomenal rest of your day, and I'll see you next time. Bye.